Have you ever stopped to think about how pretty much everything around us gets made? You know, your phone, your car, even the lunch you're about to eat. How does it all come together so perfectly and so fast? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on the incredible force that builds our modern world, industrial automation.
Right, so how do they do it? It's not magic, I promise. The real answer is a massive, revolutionary shift. A move away from the natural limits of human hands and toward the unbelievable precision of machines. But, to really get why automation is such a big deal, we first need to understand the problem. And it's a problem that factories have been wrestling with for centuries. For a long, long time, manufacturing was all about the human touch. And yeah, that led to some amazing craftsmanship, for sure. But it also meant things could be inconsistent, really slow, and sometimes pretty dangerous. Because let's be honest, we're only human. We get tired, we lose focus, we make mistakes. Now, you might be thinking, sure, but that was the old days. Now it's all robots, right? Well, you'd be surprised. Get this. A staggering 72% of tasks inside a factory are still done by people. That's a huge number. It's kind of like the hidden half of the factory that you don't always see. So what that means is that for millions of workers, the daily grind is a cycle of jobs that are, frankly, dull, dangerous, and dirty. We're talking about mind-numbing repetitive motions, back-breaking lifting, and sometimes exposure to things you really don't want to be around. It's just a recipe for injury and error. Okay. So that's the problem. How do we fix it? Well, this is where industrial automation comes in. It is the game-changing solution that is completely transforming the factory floor as we know it. So what is it really? At its heart, it's just about using technology, like computers and robots, to handle those repetitive manual jobs. It's about bringing in systems that are safer, way more reliable, and just incredibly effective at what they do. And it sounds complicated, but the basic idea is super simple. Think about the water tank in your house. A little sensor senses the water's low. A controller then decides to turn on the pump, and the pump acts, filling the tank. Sense, decide, act. That's it. Industrial automation just applies that same simple logic to, well, almost anything. Now, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You can't just sprinkle automation on a factory and call it a day. There are actually 4 distinct flavors of automation, and each one is designed for a very specific purpose. So let's break them down. You've got fixed automation, which is perfect for mass production. Think a car assembly line that does one thing over and over. Then you've got programmable, which is great for making things in batches. Flexible automation is where it gets really interesting, with machines that can be quickly reprogrammed for different products. And then there's integrated automation. That's kind of the holy grail, the true smart factory where absolutely everything is connected. Okay, so we know what it is, we know the different types, but why does it matter? What is the big deal here? Well, let's talk about why this is such a game changer. The benefits are just massive. I mean, we're talking about a huge leap in productivity, a dramatic improvement in the quality of the things we buy, a much safer workplace for employees, and overall, a smarter way to run the whole show. Let's just start with productivity. Look, we humans, we need to sleep, we need lunch breaks, we need vacations. A robot? Not so much. These systems can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. They never get tired, they never get distracted. The result is just a crazy increase in output. And then there's quality. And this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. An automated machine is so precise, it can get the error rate down to 1/1,000,000%. I mean, what does that even mean? It's like typing nonstop for 33 years and only making a single typo. It's a level of perfection that a human could never, ever achieve. But honestly, maybe the most important benefit of all is that it keeps people safe. By handing over those dull, dangerous, and dirty jobs to machines, we're making factories fundamentally safer places to be. Fewer injuries, fewer accidents, a healthier workforce. I mean, that is a win for absolutely everyone. And automation isn't just about the physical robots. It's also about data. Suddenly, you have sensors on everything, collecting just a mountain of information. And I love this quote here because it's so true. The challenge isn't getting data anymore, it's using that data to make better decisions. And that's exactly what this allows managers to do. So when you put it all together, the smarter machines, all that data, the better decisions, it's all pointing in one direction, It's leading us to the next great frontier, the factory of tomorrow, the truly smart factory.
Welcome to what they're calling Industry 4.0. This is it, the fourth industrial revolution. It's where the digital world and the physical world finally merge, creating a factory that is smarter, faster, and more efficient than we ever thought possible.
At the very heart of this smart factory is something called the Industrial Internet of Things, or IIoT. The easiest way to think about it is like a social network, but for machines. Every single sensor, every motor, every robot is connected and constantly talking to each other in real time. This lets you do incredible things, like predictive maintenance, where a machine can literally tell you, hey, I'm about to break down, so you can fix it before it becomes a huge problem.
So, if the IIoT is the factory's nervous system, then artificial intelligence is the brain. AI takes all that data that the machines are generating and it learns from it. It's constantly looking for patterns, finding ways to optimize everything from quality control on the line to the entire global supply chain. It's like having a brilliant assistant who is always on, always making things better. And all of this, it leads us to a really crucial question, one that's going to shape the future of work for all of us. As our factories get more and more intelligent, and as machines take over more of the manual stuff, what's left for people to do? What does our role become in this new factory of tomorrow? That's the big question we all need to start thinking about.